Hi there, I'm Vincent Boss and I provide dating and self-improvement advice. And in today's podcast, we're going to be discussing Dumpee Christmas message. I provide audio coaching to help people try and get their ex back or get a new girlfriend or boyfriend. Check out my website for more details. www.dateme.tips. Please check your spam and junk folders if you are expecting an email from me. So now let's get back into today's podcast, and today we are discussing Dumpee Christmas message. So Christmas time is here, it might even be Christmas Day itself, and you are listening to this podcast because you are a Dumpee, and you are likely going through a very challenging time. It might feel like that one moment you was in an everlasting relationship, and now you find yourself single and unable to feel a sense of direction, fulfillment or satisfaction with any part of your life because relationships dictate how we feel in all areas of our life. You've probably already found out to your detriment that unfortunately your work life can struggle, your fitness can struggle, all of these elements to your life, your friends, your family, all of these things have strains on them when your relationship is not going the way you would hope, and especially if you're going through a breakup. So you don't need me to be telling you that you're going through a hard time, but I'm here to tell you that I understand. I'm explaining these things, so I'm trying to get across the point that I understand where you're coming from, I understand your pain, and I understand that you're feeling a combination of grief and drug withdrawal almost when you consider your ex. You're likely wanting to reach out to your ex constantly, and you're hearing people such as myself say, you shouldn't be doing so, and you're probably thinking, why? If I want to try to get my ex back, why on earth shouldn't I be reaching out? Well, we always have to remember that nothing works 100% of the time and nothing fails 100% of the time. You will get people who follow my advice and unfortunately don't find the success that they hope. And you will also find people who do the opposite of my advice and occasionally might find some form of success. But what I try to bring to you is the statistics, the odds, the chances, the percentages. And from all of the research that I've done, from the many people I've spoke to, for all of the people that I've coached, the experiences that I have had, the experiences of others, and the academic qualification that I've done in relationship and couples counselling, I bring this all together and see the picture that we can only improve our chances of success. We can't guarantee success, but we can improve our chances. And if you are a Dumpee and you reach out to your ex before they contact you, you are putting yourself in a very difficult position because firstly, this looks needy, this looks desperate, and this is unattractive. Secondly, this shows that you aren't listening. This shows that you aren't respecting your ex-Dumper when they wanted to end the relationship and you are still trying to chase them. And thirdly, even if you hear from your ex, even if your ex responds to you, if you reach out first, you don't know where this is coming from. Is this a response based on pity? Is this a response based on respect? Is this a response based on platonic friendship? Or is this a response based on them wanting to reconnect? You don't know. And that is why I would always say, if you've been dumped, you should never contact your ex again unless they contact you first, because if they do contact you, then at least you understand that they are thinking about you. We can't guarantee anything else at that moment, but what we can say is that if your ex reaches out to you for a non-necessary reason, they are thinking about you. And whether or not this is a platonic sense, whether or not this is something completely different, at least they are thinking about you and they have come to you, they've reached out to you, and therefore they are starting to push you up the power scale. They're starting to give you more self-worth because you're a valuable person that deserves contact. Surely this is more valuable than you reaching out to them, possibly getting a response and still not knowing where you stand. Did they reply to you because they felt sorry for you? Did they reply to you because they truly miss you? You don't know. And unfortunately, that is not even the most likely case to happen. Generally speaking, if you reach out to your ex, the most likely scenario is that you won't hear anything back at all. And if this is a situation where your ex feels threatened in some way, or uncomfortable or pressurized, they may even block you. And getting out of a blocking is much more challenging than if you are not blocked. So as you can see, I strongly suggest but you never contact your ex again unless they contact you first if you have been dumped. And the reason for this is for everything that I have explained, and the fact that if you aren't contacting your ex, you can be really working on yourself, going through self-growth and breakup recovery. If you get your ex back one day, this won't be a continuation of your previous relationship. This will be a brand new relationship. And to get to that position, you need to go through breakup recovery. So even if you get your ex back, you need to recover from this breakup first. And you can do this whilst implementing my version of a no contact rule. This is what we've been explaining throughout today's podcast, but if you want to understand more details and why I believe it will give you the best possible chance of success, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my playlist entitled The No Contact Rule and listen to all of that content all of the way through. This will fully immerse yourself in my version of a rule, and hopefully you will understand more so why I believe it will give you the best possible chance of success and where it differs to some other people's version of no contact, which is different that you can find online. Everybody has their own angle on these things, and my angle, my perspective, what I suggest you do, can be found on my YouTube channel under the playlist entitled The No Contact Rule. But now I wanted to get into a proper special Christmas message for Dumpees, for those of you going through the grind. And that is that although you don't feel it right now, happiness is around your next corner. You just don't know when that next corner is. Will it be your ex? Will it be somebody new? Nobody knows at this stage, but if you do everything right, you will either get your ex back or you will find somebody better, and therefore you will feel happiness again. Yes, it feels like you are currently in a bleak tunnel, a scary, bleak, dark tunnel with no hope around you. That is what you're feeling right now. But the only way to get through a tunnel is to keep moving forward. If you stand still, if you clock watch, if you wait for your ex, you won't get through this tunnel. There is no 100% guaranteed way to get your ex back, and if you sit around waiting thinking they're just going to come back to you, then unfortunately some of you will never hear from your ex again, and this will mean you're stagnating, you are not progressing. However, if you go through self-improvement every single day, if you become a better person today than you were yesterday, a better person tomorrow than you are currently today, then you are pushing forward. If you make new connections, if you go on dates, if you improve your skill set, if you're somebody who joins new classes, groups and clubs, you will be growing as a person in every single way and eventually will reach the version 2.0 of yourself. Now, if you ever hear from your ex again, you want to be wowing them. And nothing wows somebody more than becoming a version 2.0. You want to be a better person than they remember. Now, if you don't get your ex back, you would have become a version 2.0 of yourself and hence grown your attraction net, and you would now be able to attract somebody even better than when you attracted your ex. When you was a version 1, you attracted your ex. That is who you was then, and that is who you could attract. Now, as a version 2.0, you can attract a better quality person because you are a better quality person. And therefore, if you grow your attraction net, you can and will attract better people, providing you move forward with positivity. This is why I always say that if you do enough of the right things, then the right things will eventually come to you. Nothing can be guaranteed in life, but we're trying to improve our chances of success, and moving forward enables you to slowly go through this tunnel. If you keep walking through this tunnel of gloom, fear and sadness, you will eventually get out the other side into the happiness, the brightness, the excitement of life will be there waiting for you. And that will either be your ex or somebody even better. But if you're one of these people who sits at home alone, if you don't push forward, if you don't make new connections, if you don't join new classes, groups and clubs, if you don't improve your skill set, if you don't live your life to the full, then unfortunately, you will not be the type of person who grows their attraction net. You will not become a version 2.0 of yourself. You will not be able to attract new people. And if and when you hear from your ex, you will not wow them. In fact, your ex will probably think, gosh, I've reached out to my former partner, my Dumpee, and they haven't changed anything. I ended this relationship because of A, B, and C, but they haven't improved in any way at all. They are the same person that I dumped. And unfortunately, as a Dumpee, we have to realise that our current self was not the type of person that our former partner wanted to be with at that time. We have to improve, not for them, but for us. We have to be a better person to attract people we want to attract. Yes, that might be our ex, but it also might be somebody new. And even if it's not somebody new that you want right now, you never know what might happen in the future, which changes your mind on that. My main message to Dumpees right now is one of hope, and the fact that you feel bad now, you feel sad now, you feel despondent now, but this is now. It is not tomorrow, it is not next week, month or year. This is the opportunity to show growth. Start growing now and reap the rewards later. If you do enough of the right things, then we know what's around the next corner. It's happiness. No, we don't know when that next corner is, but we can say that happiness is round the corner. If you keep doing the right things, this will come to you sooner. My message of hope is to try to lift you from the gloom, lift you from the sadness and say, okay, you don't feel great now. In fact, you probably feel terrible, but this is what you're feeling in the moment. In the moment is only in the moment. You once felt happy and you will feel happy again. You once felt in love and you will feel in love again. These feelings will come. You've just got to get to them. You've just got to keep moving forward and living your life to the full. Now, please always remember, if you feel depressed, contact a local doctor. They will be able to help you. Speak with your friends and family. Never feel alone. You can do this. I believe in you. Everybody believes in you who loves and cares for you. You can get through this difficult time of your life and find your happiness. With or without your ex, you will have a positive future. If you believe that this podcast has helped you, then please consider buying me a coffee. The link to do so is in the description.
Yeah, if you miss your ex, we can help with that. Help you get him back, or we can help find you someone else. Yeah, Vincent, the relationship coach, giving you some insight, bringing you a new approach. DateMe.tips, go and check the site, giving you advice, helping with your love life. Get your ex back, or move to the next. Ain't no sweat, you know Vincent got you. Finding love ain't no problem. Yeah, DateMe.tips, check it out now.